My name is Miranda Johnson, and the issue I'm covering today is about children or adolescents who are forced to grow up too soon. There are many different ways that a child or adolescent is forced to grow up too soon. That is through the parents' influence because they want them to be materialistic in beauty pageants. It could be because it's either a single household or a dual parent household who works more than one job to be able to cover the bills and make sure there is food on the table, and the child has to step up and become the parent role because there's no one else to do it in the house. It could be because the child is homeless and has nowhere else to go and has to step up and take that adult role, or even just because the parents can't afford it or they're unable to do it themselves, or there's some kind of substance abuse in the situation. A child has to step up and be the adult and the parent in the family. But no matter what the reason is or why a child is forced to grow up, a child should not have to endure that or have to speed up and lose their childhood because of any type of situation. No matter what it is, no matter the circumstances, a child should not have to endure. Once a child has that mindset, then other things that adults do begins to become okay for them to do, like sex, drugs, alcohol, all these things, these negative things that a child should not be doing yet. They feel that they can because of the fact that they've been forced to grow up. They think of themselves as an adult and that they are okay to do that. With this mindset, this is what causes a lot of our adolescents and children to have drug addiction, alcohol addiction, or drug abuse or alcohol abuse, teen pregnancies, STDs, STIs. That's just like the small list, and the list can go on and on. Just because these children have been raised to act like an adult, to be treated like an adult when they aren't adults at all. They're still children, they're still adolescents, they're still growing and learning and developing. And this is a major issue for a lot of children who don't have the parentalhood or the guidance of how to be a child, and that being a child is what they should be. It is understandable that there are parents out there who have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to be able to provide for their families and make sure that their children have what it takes to be supported and to be raised the right way with all the nutrition and a roof over their head and clothes on their back. That's understandable. But as social workers, if we know this is happening, we need to be the ones that help those children be able to identify that they're still children, that yes, they have responsibilities, and yes, this and that, but there are consequences for trying to be a full-grown adult at young ages. Being able to step in and help these children is an essential part of what social workers do. And being able to help these children to keep and prevent them from getting STDs, STIs, teen pregnancy, or even becoming addicted to drugs and alcohol, or maybe both. We need to make sure that we can help identify these children and help them and guide them to allow them to be able to understand and be able to enjoy their age, their development, what's going on in their life, learning these new things, being able to allow them to understand what's going on. Personally, as a child who had to grow up at a young age to help take care of my younger siblings, just because of the fact that my mother worked 3 jobs and went to school full time, and my dad worked as well. My dad really wasn't as adamant in our family as most parents are. I had to be the responsible one. I had to help pay groceries. I had to help watch my brothers and baby sister. I had to help with all that. But with all of that, my parents still taught me how to be a child to an extent, how to be a teenager to an extent. And that's what a lot of these teenagers need in their life, is an adult to help and guide them and teach them what it's like to still be a teenager and how to be who they're supposed to be at that age. Like how they're not supposed to have to worry about bills or raising other children or anything like that. It should be just focused on their school and learning who they are as a person and as a child. And that's where social workers should be able to step in and help those children who don't have the adult in their life that can do that for them, to help them and prevent other teens from becoming pregnant, or HIV, STDs, STIs, drug addiction, alcohol addiction, or becoming homeless even then. Like, this is stuff that children shouldn't have to worry about, not including all the health problems that comes along with stress and having to work really hard and go to school at young ages. So as social workers, we really need to step up and take action with the situation.